And good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the universe of sports TV, all sports, all the time. That's your favorite segment. It's the coach and the
AD.
It's Wednesday Night Live on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. So, got to say to John Henderson and Dell Henderson, thank you for presenting the show every Wednesday night. Remember, we follow the number one NASCAR show on the Coach Sports Network.
Number one.
Rubbin' and Grubbin'. They're on from 6 to 7. And then, of course, the coach and AD come on from 7 to about 7:30, quarter to 8. So, once again, we got a lot going on. We got a lot of sports starting, volleyball, softball, cross-country, football, in about another 2 weeks for some schools, another 6 weeks for others. But what are we going to do about it? And it's always a great time to be here with you, Chad. And I know it's kind of frustrating, but we got to do what we got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some things come out today. The last Georgia High School email we got saying, hey, they're going to continue as normal with sports. They changed some things up with softball. No longer you have to social distance down the baselines. I think they figured out there's way too many parents and everything's getting involved with kids outside the dugout. So they moved everybody back in the dugout
with their mask on.
As long as they have their mask on in the dugout, they're good to go. And then obviously the news that hit this afternoon from Savannah Chatham County that they are just going to play district-only games.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So just teams within, public school teams within Chatham County. They will create their own schedule and give us the dates on that.
Well, supposedly everything's supposed to come out either tomorrow or Friday, so we'll find out what the Chatham County schools are doing, who they're playing, when they're going to start to play. Right now, if you keep to the timeline, volleyball, softball, and cross-country are supposed to start September 1st. And then October 1st, they're supposed to play football. They're going to have a 14-team softball schedule. They're going to try and have, I think, a 12-team volleyball schedule. They'll have an 8-team football schedule, so each team will play 7 games. So that's what they're trying to shoot for. And as you've been reading, Georgia High School State Association, they have to forfeit all their region games. So Southeast Bullock right now is the Region 3A number 1 seed, and then in 4A, Benedictine is number 1 in 4A in football. So as far as what's going to go on in the other sports, are they going to let them play in their region tournaments? From what I'm told, they are. So we got to see how that works out. It's tough.
It is. It's tough. And I just put on Twitter that hey, we lost 8 softball games today. We lost several volleyball games today, JV football games today. So message me. Because my thing is at this point, like our student athletes, everybody's been training since June, July, and they're ready to play. And this gets drops on us today, and you're having a reaction. Now we place games, and we got a great panel tonight that is going to give us some input on their feelings about it. Then also, how they've been preparing their teams. And so excited. We got some tremendous coaches. We're bringing on a slew of volleyball coaches tonight. It is volleyball night. It is girls' night out tonight. It's what it is.
Head coach, the volleyball head coaches roundtable, and coming from Calvary Day School. She's been there for a number of years. She's done a great job. Three state titles in a row. We got Hannah Hunter from Calvary Day School. Then the new coach, the new kid on the block over at Savannah Country Day. We got Bridget Slack. Right now, she's going to be talking. Her camera is not on right now. She's got things going on. But at least we got her voice. Then I think a 4-time state champion out of the Habersham School, Susan Barry. And then second-year coach over at St. Vincent's, if I'm right. Great team, great program. St. Vincent's has always been noted for a great volleyball program. We're going to go with Nichols St. Louis. Not St. Louis or St. Louis. It's St. Louis. So once again, we got a great panel to talk about high school volleyball here in the Savannah area. Yes, with the uncertainty of Chatham County Public School and what they're doing, I did not schedule a Savannah Chatham County coach, so because I didn't know what they were doing. So but we know what they're doing right now, so hopefully we'll bring on them later on to talk about how the Chatham County Public Schools are doing. And Chad, you know me, and most of these lovely ladies know me that I'm an equal opportunity guy. I'll have public school, private school, you name it. We'll have them on my show, and it's just an unfortunate situation that, Chatham County laid down that rule today. So let's start it off. Good evening, ladies. How you doing?
Doing good.
Hi, thanks for having us.
So once again, another exciting year, and we have 4 teams in the black and blue region, as I always call it, the single 3A region. They're black and blue like the old NFC North, where they just battle each other, they bang each other. It gets them ready for the playoffs, and it's great to have you on. Hannah Hunter, since you're the senior coach right now, Julie Jones was supposed to join us, but she hasn't hooked up with us yet. So once again, looking back on what your team did last year, another great run. Put what the season of 2020 so far has been for you and the Lady Cavaliers.
Well, I think for us, we're just taking it day by day, and we really want to not take anything for granted. You know, we never know what tomorrow holds, and so we've just been trying to be really intentional in the gym and come in and work hard and be prepared for whatever this season looks like. If it's, 4 opponents, if it's a full schedule, which we now know is going to be altered, but just trying to do our best to be prepared for whatever obstacles come and allow our girls to be calm and be prepared instead of trying to manage everything. As a coach, it's our job to really manage the emotions behind the scenes that come out and do our best on the court. So just really trying to do that and prepare for a good season.
And Nichols, is this your second year at St. Vincent's?
This is my second year.
Okay,
I thought it'd be easier.
You're new into the single A area, right? Is that what they call it, area?
No, it's a region. Well, it used to be an area,
right,
but now it's a region, and so it changes with reclassification. But we got same 4 teams back at it, just different title.
So tell us about St. Vincent's now. As this year been looking so far?
They're good. They're a great group of girls. Their attitudes could not be better with everything that's been thrown their way. Just so positive, so thankful to be playing. Like, you could probably ask them to tie one arm behind their back and they'll be like, okay, what else do I have to do in order to play? And it's just kind of this, just really, really glad that they're going to get the chance to play. And we just hope for a full season, whatever it might be.
And of course, Susan Barry, the experienced coach over there at the Habersham School. Was I right? Correct? 4 state titles?
Yep, that's right.
And, the Lady Patriots now coming into the 2020 season. You do play a lot of the local teams. You had a great win the other night against Effingham County. Tell us how the Lady Patriots are handling this, as they say at Calvary, uncommon year.
Yeah. They're doing a good job. We had a team camp earlier this year, and I reminded them, John Wooden is one of my favorite guys to quote, and he has a quote about, if you spend too much time being preoccupied with what you cannot control, then you will not be able to focus on what you can. And so we're just trying to remind each other each moment, each day, let's try to improve and be the best we can be. All the other stuff, we can't control that. We can control us on the court. And so we're trying to work hard and be the best Lady Patriots we can be.
Yeah, you got that right. And now the newcomer on the block, welcome to Region 3A there, Miss Bridget Slack. She comes in and takes over the Country Day Hornets Lady Volleyball program. Last year, tough in region play, but tell us what's going on there with the new coach. Little do you know, this young lady played at Alabama, and she also coached up at one of the most beautiful sites in the world at West Point, the U.S. Military Academy. Bridget, tell us how it's going over there at Country Day.
It's going well. I echo the same thing that the other ladies are saying, that the girls are just so happy for the opportunity to play. And we have also talked about it quite frequently that, like, maybe this season is 3 games and maybe it was just the one that we were able to play last night. We don't really know. So I know as a coach and as a player formerly, we always use the saying, like, you never know when it's your last game, but like, it's never been truer now. And now it's not necessarily because of an injury or anything else. It's just because of the way everything is right now. We really don't know if there is an end date or if it's a green light and it's good to go. So, I mean, as a coach, it just pumps me up that, like, again, it could be the last game, it could not be. And I think as a player, it motivates them as well. So it's a crazy time to have a program, but it's also, like, super exciting.
Yeah, I was going to say, listening to all of you, and that's probably, I mean, all of you talked about the excitement of your girls and how they're not taking anything for granted. And, knowing what last spring was like, and they got to see what those seniors went through and the ones that were playing spring sports and losing that and losing senior nights and losing other things, obviously that's played a major role in probably just the enthusiasm each day. I don't think there had to been too much motivation for these kids to get out there. So how much, I mean, that's got to be fun, though, to know you're walking in the gym each day and that, hey, it could be your last or not, and knowing that these kids are just so amped up, ready to play. Has that been a great adjustment in your mentality, knowing you really don't have to fight anything, that they're just happy to be there? So Coach Hannah, take us from that standpoint of knowing what you went through last spring and seeing those kids, come through programs and lose a spring, but having to get to play a fall so far, and how that enthusiasm has been, day in and day out.
Yeah, and I apologize for the noise. I, of course, am sitting in my car, and it just started downpouring, so sorry if there's background noise. But for me and my girls, I think just perspective is hard as a teenage girl to really have. And I think walking through last spring and walking through into this season, I've just been trying to instill in them perspective in how it's an opportunity that we get to play, and I think that they're all embracing that and really coming in with just a different energy and a different attitude and a different work ethic to say that this is a fun thing that we get to do, but also now it's more even so a privilege to get to do that other teams aren't being able to do. And so I think just perspective at this age is they're learning some big lessons on some things, and it's fun that we also get to coach them volleyball. So.
All right. Well, would you ladies mind hanging on for about 3 or 4 minutes, because we lost the internet connection on Facebook, and I got to reconnect it. So we had a little storm come through here. So
Sure.
Hang on. It'll only take about 5 minutes. I'll get you back up and running, but it's not on. It's only on Twitter. So I want to make sure I get you guys back on Facebook. I do apologize. Technical difficulties happen when you're going live.
Yeah, that's okay.
We'll be right back.
Y'all can talk volleyball amongst yourselves. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, we'll talk amongst ourselves.
I was trying to find is it really